Can we send out for some Costa Express?
Please, yeah.
Can we do that? Because
Yeah,
I'm a big
yeah.
fan of that.
Yeah, from the petrol station.
Yeah, anywhere, because you can get it in so many different locations.
Okay.
That's why it really is the best. Right, let's talk about some sport, shall we? Chelsea have the chance to save their season tomorrow as they head to Wembley, of course, live on talkSPORT. It's not been an easy ride for Callum McFarlane since he took over from Liam Rosenior. The FA Cup final, will be only his 6th match as manager in senior football. That is insane, with his only victory having come in the semi-final against Leeds. McFarlane, he spoke about this poor recent form and said it's simply not up to scratch for a club like Chelsea.
Yeah, I think our recent form in the league has been way below the standard we'd expect and that we'd showed previously. It's an FA Cup final, so we want to win it. It's a massive competition, prestigious. This club's got history in that competition as well, winning it 8 times. So, our focus is on that, performing as well as we can against the top side.
It is mad to think he's only 6th game in charge and he's going to be leading the team out of Wembley for the FA Cup final. It's insane, isn't it?
And they've been a cup team, haven't they, this season, Chelsea? It wouldn't surprise me if they beat Manchester City.
It would surprise you, Gab. That's a lie.
No, it would, no, only because...
It would surprise you.
No, you know what? It wouldn't.
It would surprise you, Gab.
I think if Chelsea put out their strongest side and they perform, it would surprise me. But this isn't guaranteed for Manchester City.
No, of course
it's like a one-off game in the final.
Yeah.
Got some really good players, Chelsea, and players that have to step up.
Yeah.
Your Palmers, your Fernandes, your Pedro. Let's just be honest. Everybody in that Chelsea squad needs to show up for their
You
fans.
played in the FA Cup final, didn't you?
Yes, I did, mate.
Like
it was close.
30 minutes.
Close. Yeah.
Was it 4-0 we lost?
Yeah, well, it was a close game. Yeah.
You were injured, though, right? You shouldn't have been even on the bench.
I got injured. Was it the quarterfinals? And I missed the semi-finals. Was when Jack Grealish and star player in the semi-final at Wembley against Liverpool.
Yeah.
And then because the team done so well, Tim Sherrill didn't change it for the final. I was fuming. And then he brings me on 4-0 down.
Good luck with that.
So angry, yeah.
Was his instruction, go and get me 5?
No, just go and do your best. And I got took out for a penalty, and Mertesacker took me out. It wasn't given. VAR would have give it. So, tough day at the office.
Was Jack Wilshere playing?
I think he was, yeah.
He's on our show. We'll talk to him
Alexis
later about
Sanchez, Phil Walcott. That's such a good team.
Okay, we'll talk to him about that later on, but we'll talk about tomorrow's FA Cup final now, because joining us now to tell us whether a win this weekend could wipe all the negative from the season. A very good morning to head of Chelsea Fan TV, Alex Harris. Hi, Alex.
Good morning, Alex.
Morning, guys. How we doing?
We're good, man. Very well. You all right? Have you forgot to turn the green screen on behind you? It's just green.
Well, the problem is, if I don't have the green screen, I've got the light coming in from my curtains. So everyone thinks that it's to make me look fancy, but it's just to stop the sun from coming in.
I like that, mate.
But if it's a green screen, you could just put up like Stamford Bridge behind you, right?
I probably could.
Oh, I just thought I'd give you an idea. Right, let's talk about the FA Cup final. I don't know if you heard it. We were just saying I would be stunned if Chelsea were to win this game, and then Gabby sort of agreed at the end. You obviously think you've got a chance, but you go into this as the underdogs, right?
Oh, 100%. I mean, look, the whole idea that if we win this game, it changes our fortune. I mean, I guess you're right to an extent because we're guaranteed Europa League. I don't necessarily think we get European football in the Premier League. No. And I think a lot of Chelsea fans would agree with me. I remember after the last game against Nottingham Forest, I'm walking back and I'm seeing fans going, I don't know if we're going to beat Tottenham. I certainly don't think that we're going to beat Sunderland either, I'll be honest with you. And that's not a controversial thing to say.
No.
The football has been so poor since Maresca got sacked. I mean, to be honest, it was poor when Maresca was here, but now we realise even he knew what he was doing, and now we have people in charge that, they shouldn't be in the positions running this football team, picking the lineups. The recruitment's poor. There is going to be a protest before the final as well, which has been organised by Not a Project CFC, so we'll be marching down Wembley Way at 1:30. And it's not against the team, it's against the ownership. So anyone who doesn't like it, it's not to say that we don't want to support Chelsea and we don't want to win this game, but win, lose or draw, we are being run by a group of people who don't know what they're doing. I'm seeing the links with Xabi Alonso, and for me, you're just dangling the carrot. I will not believe anything until it's done. I will not believe a single thing, because the amount of PR that comes out with this football club, and I come on air, I speak about Estaval, we beat Barcelona, I remember everyone thought it was all cushy. And now I'm looking at this team and I'm thinking, this is much better than a couple of years ago when we finished 12th in terms of how much I've enjoyed this season. It's been such a poor year, and I don't think an FA Cup can change that.
Alex, for me, the players, they just haven't turned up this season. I mean, to lose 6 games in a row and obviously drew the last game against Liverpool. How bad have the players been? I mean, you look at some of the stats, and Garnacho, 1 Premier League goal, Delap, 1 Premier League goal. You know, Neto, who's got the ego of a player who thinks he should be playing at Real Madrid, only 5 goals. No one's got over 5 assists in the Premier League. How much do the players have to look at themselves?
Sure. I mean, the players definitely have to improve, but who brought in these guys? You know, we have 5 sporting directors.
Oh, no.
Like, who does this? And not to mention as well, like, I'll be critical of the sporting directors, but they're only working with the cards that they're dealt as well. Egbali's the guy that's put the limitations on what we can do and what we can't do. We could have had Magnan. We could have had Osimhen. We could have had a lot of decent players in this side. And nobody's saying we could have won the league. I mean, we could have certainly been in a title race with more quality and more experience, but we've decided to go in a totally different direction. And now they're saying that if a manager like Xabi Alonso comes in, they appreciate that he's going to have more of a say in terms of the players that come in. But again, we go back to the boring stuff. We have no money. We have been spending other people's money. We are in hundreds of millions of pounds of debt. We owe Ares Management money. We owe Bank of America money. We owe JP Morgan money. And people seem to ignore this, and they go, well, who are we going to buy in the transfer market? We're losing out on Champions League football. There's 100 million gone. You're saying that, you know, we're going to sign these top managers. How are they going to control anything if we don't have money to spend? So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I think we're just going down a rabbit hole in terms of the financial aspect of Chelsea. But on the pitch, listen, I'm going to be very happy with an FA Cup regardless. Like, I wouldn't be surprised, I guess, if we beat City, because anything can happen. But also, I remember 2 years ago when we played them in the semi-final with Pochettino, they'd played 2 days before against Real Madrid, and they still managed to beat us. Yeah. So, I mean, we have won some trophies with this squad. So I can't say, you know, we've had no success, but very, very unlikely.
Alex, listen, thanks so much for your time, man. Good luck in the game.
Thank you, Alex.
Speak to you in a bit.
Cheers, guys.
I don't think they've got a chance in the game. What do you think the score will be?
I won't surprise them extra time.
Okay.
They've showed they can turn up in cup competitions. When it suits them, and they'll turn up. I don't think it's going to be straightforward for Manchester City. Right. Yeah.
In fact, next up we'll be looking at that huge final tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to, not the FA Cup final, obviously, Eurovision.